All right, what do we got? A minute left? Sorry, I'm munching on some breakfast if you can hear me out there. Y'all watching this right now? Hope you're all watching this. Who's here? We got 39 right away. Right on it. Good morning, everybody. Mateus, Christopher, Philip, F1, A Darts, Chaz, Binky, I Lost the Toad, X, Henry. Good morning, y'all. Y'all watching this right now? Ben, Charles, John. Good morning. Belgian, good morning. How y'all doing? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off this morning. I'm going to talk to you guys about what the plan is here. So we have, if you guys have the charts from last week, we've got some clear skies above. We're going to take a look right now and find out where we are, okay? So we're breaking through any semblance of a wall on SPY right now so that you can see. Right out the gate, we had supply at 471.99, 472.23. And you can actually see this morning that sellers are, you just gotta turn bull, I guess, right? You're gonna see our first top here is gonna be 473. This is where we should bounce. I gotta check my calls right now. And you can see that big green bubble right there, right? I'm sure you guys are watching this trading right now. Come on now. Where is my money? I'm going to print this morning. I can already tell. I know exactly what's up this morning. Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You guys want to see where the real wall is? You guys want to know where the real wall is this morning? So you can see right now that sellers are being absorbed, okay? You can see that because of where this red line below and the red line above is right here. That from below, the liquidity is coming in. You can see that there's just a small wall at 475. I mean, we're not even talking a big wall. So what are we looking at above from there? Clear skies to almost 480. So we'll call that at, let's see where the wall actually is. I gotta log in on this brokerage too. Yeah, 480 is, you can see it right here. So we're starting to eat through some sellers where we are right now, and then the next minor resistance will be 475 and then 477. Let's see. Give me just a second, guys. I got to check my account here. I got a bunch of... Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that money. Yeah, 477 should be the price target for this week. At minimum, if not a little bit higher. You know, you'll see this grind up during the Christmas rally. It won't stop until it hits up there at 4... It shouldn't stop until it hits 477. We've just got grind right now. Let's see. We get slightly more sellers than buyers, but it doesn't matter. You're going to get a kick in here. Normally, like, we're at 935. So you figure day traders are always waiting to see if we get the fake out bounce below or if we start ripping above. And then they wait to enter until... Let me take a look here. But yeah, we're going straight up today. We'll probably moonshot. Tesla's moonshotting right now, 1,087. We're going to get that 1,100 we talked about today then, without a doubt. And the SPY's going to go straight up as well. So you've got some resistance above. We talked about this, right? We've got some resistance at 473.40. But you can see these nice big green circles here, right? These are the sellers being absorbed. You can see down below here that the buyers are stepping in. They're going to FOMO because there's no selling today. So we're going to go straight up here. You can see this, right? And you can see down below on the right-hand side that we have 209,000 sellers, but the buyers are just about to consume the sellers. And we're just a few moments away from that happening here. Nice. I always like seeing this. Yeah, and those calls, those 480Cs off the bell, though they're 26 cents, they're now up to 40 cents right now. And you've got a bunch of interest in 479C for the 31st. Looks like there's someone bought 8,000 of the 479Cs expiring on December 31st. They're at 56 cents right now. That's where all the interest is for weeklies, just as a heads up. So someone thinks we're going to 479. Let's look at the on December 29th expiry. There's a bunch on 473, 474, 475. And then for zero dates today, everybody's on 475s. Those are 27 cents. And that's surprising because the real sailing here is... Well, yeah, I guess that is the first sailing is 475 for this morning. And the next one is at 477. This is actually a better chart right here. And I'll bring up Tesla right now, too, for any of you out there that are trading Tesla. The Christmas rally is today. In case any of you didn't know, no matter where we went up into Christmas, from now into end of year, we are in the Christmas rally. This is when the window dressing comes into the market. So if any of you guys don't know that, this is where I want to look at Apple too right now because I'm going to assume that the banks want Apple to print handsomely for them. Yeah, and Apple is already at 178.32. It looks like it's just ripping. Flow algo. Check some flow algo real quick. Let you guys know where the real money flow is this morning. Where the ceiling is on Tesla, you guys want to know, right? You've got support stepping right in on Tesla. You've got, this is the same wall that we talked about on Thursday, 1100, minor wall at 1099. It's only another dollar, right? And we bounced off that. You can see back here, we bounced off that 1099. So you might be asking, where are the buyers? And you can see currently they're stepping right in. You see this red line down here. And you've got this yellow line at 1090, 1088. And then again down below here at 1070. Let me find out what number that is there. You've got large buyers at 1070.10. Good morning, by the way, everybody. Hope you're all printing happily this morning. Hope everybody's making money. All right, let me give you guys where the money flow is this morning. Tesla's number one, period. You ready for these numbers? We've got February 18th, 1,100 calls for $3.7 million. That means a bid's coming into Tesla into February. That raises the call wall on Tesla. You've got 1231 1150s for 366,000 bucks on Tesla. You've got June 17th 1250s for $12.5 million on Tesla. How do you like them apples? Insano. I got to post this stuff on Twitter. Apple, 4 orders. This is the number 2 most bullish stock. 1231 175C. 1231 175C again. Those are $2 million bets. I got another 1231 175C for $1.2 million. Another 1231 170C for $500,000. So Apple's the second most bullish stock this morning. Next up, Amazon. Got an $800,000 bet on 3500C. CME, $861,000 bet, 121 220C. Nvidia, whole bunch of small bets looking for 310 and 315 on 1231. So huge. Facebook, 2 bets, 1231, 342.5 and 340C this morning. So I'm going to post this stuff for you guys on Twitter right now so you can see where the money flow is. We're just going to grind up here. If any of you guys are bears out there, I'd be careful because this, you know how this grind goes. It just doesn't stop. That's for earnings, Mellow Yellow saying. Are you talking about Tesla earnings, or is that for, yep, making this money? Nvidia's burn, right? Good morning, everybody. I'm just scrolling through right now. I got to put some posts up for you guys on Twitter so that you can see where the money flow is. I mean, tell me this doesn't take some of the guesswork out of the day, right? So where do you buy the dip, right? You buy the dip down here. This is at 9:30 right off the bell. The dip buys at 470.50. You're going to enter this small resistance right here at 473. And then you're going to be looking to take profit at I'm holding until 477 without a doubt. I'm not letting go of anything. I've got some 477, 478 spreads, and then I've got some calls out there kicking around on the SPY. I'm long the SPY, just so you guys know. And I lost some puts that I held over the weekend, but they were pennies, so that didn't really matter. And I'm probably gonna add some more 479s or 480s for the 31st here if I can get. If SPY at any point takes a breather, but if it doesn't, I don't know what I'm going to end up doing because I want to add some more. I don't know how many guys remember every year how this goes. Yeah, and Apple's just crushing it right now. Nasdaq's up 140 points. Still have that oil play going on. Let's see about this. Still seeing a bit into Oxy. Get some of this stuff out there for you. Where? There we go. Okay, so this will show you some of the trades for this morning. So I'm posting for you now on the Captain's Alpha some of the flow that's coming in. You guys are all probably just trading SPY this morning or Tesla, huh? I'm going to post for you guys some live flow as it comes in. Do you guys have any specific tickers you want me to put up this morning? Yeah, so that your wife's boyfriend is saying that he's going to reposition his hedge this morning for cheaper. Last night we had a Zoom call. If any of you are listening out there right now, we had a Zoom call and I was talking to everyone about how to look for a hedge, how to hedge. You are looking. So originally I wanted to buy a hedge for the 3rd, for January 3rd. It was a 460p, but it didn't get cheap enough. It wasn't down around 20-30 cents. It was still at like $1.20 or something, $1.13 I think at the close. So it costs too much money. So the alternative to that would have been to buy some 460p's expiring this morning for 8 cents. And even if they burn, rather than buy that 120p at 460, right? Market tends to go up over time. You can just spend 8 cents every day, 8 cents, 5 cents, 7 cents as we make our way into the 3rd. If it burns, you're only burning by the end of the week maybe 30, 40 cents rather than $1.20. And you can reposition where the strike that you're buying at. So let's say as we move into tomorrow or even Wednesday, you can, so if I have a 460p on Friday, we're now at 473. I can then be looking for a 465p at end of day today. Matter of fact, I'm going to look right now. So as we make our way into, let's take a look and see what we got here. So as an example, right, a 465 put for expiring on the 27th. That's today. Well, we're actually looking for Wednesday. We want to look at the 29th. And okay, so 460p for Wednesday is 12 cents. 465 is 35 cents expiring on Wednesday. So you can spend less money hedging yourself with 0-date puts running straight into the new year than you can with buying that week or 2-week out put that's just going to get killed, right? And we already know where support is at 470. We already know that the ceiling above is even eroding. You can actually see it right here, that this is a minor ceiling above. We might actually trade to 480 at some point. Yeah, there's clear skies above. If we grind to, 485, look at that. Woo! 485, are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm gonna think that the ceiling is 480. I'm not so sure on this 485 stuff that I'm seeing here. If these are real sellers or if this is spoofing above here. 480 is where that's where I'm shooting for. So you got 475, 477, and then 480. For any of you guys out there watching. You can see that supply is moving up on Tesla now. Was that, or I guess it's still at 1070. You've got a hard wall up here at 1100. If you break through this or start to consolidate here and you don't bounce off, you will see a squeeze in Tesla. We wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that we break through at some point this week on this 1100. And we do have hedging, just so you know, that does expire on the 31st for Tesla. A major hedge on Tesla, it does expire on 12/31. So maybe this is a trade off that expiry. And let's see this. The implied range for today is 0.56%. Resistance is seen at 4749. Support is seen as 4720 on the SPY. It is important to note this morning, this is by Spot Gamma, that the call wall shifted to 4800. So if you're bearish, be careful out there. And Spot Gamma is saying that they expect that the week will mostly drift towards 4800 as the week wraps up. Both the Qs and IWM hold slightly negative gamma positions. So you should expect more movement from the S&P 500 this week. Yeah, and then Spot Gamma is now, this morning, Spot Gamma is talking about the JPM caller that we talked about last night on Sunday in our group. And they're saying that 30% of total S&P gamma expires on Friday. Yeah, it's the largest expiration S&P. So you should see some squeezing into Friday due to that gamma expiration. And then we talked about what my expectations are into Monday. But that, you have to understand that that gamma expiration is massive. The 1231 expiration is it's a serious thing. That is the tail of the remember that really large move that we made down? Let me take a look here. I'll give you the date. Let me give you the date that I'm talking about. There was that one day where we really, yeah, on September 20th. So on September 20th, when we sold down in the overnight, that opened that morning. Long only hedge funds were forced to buy some hedging, and they bought it for the 1231 expiry back in September. And all that stuff expires now coming up on Friday. Yeah, we're gonna go straight to the moon on the SPY. We're gonna moonshot the SPY, guaranteed. You guys should look back on years where we grind into the 31st. You'll think that it's absurd as it happens, and you might try to take a short position. You'll look over the next 4 to 5 days, and all you're going to see is green bars straight to the moon into Friday expiry. It's going to be kind of wild to watch. Let's bring this slightly down here so you guys can see what's happening above here. We're just on a grind on the SPY. We've got some profit taking. If you guys are looking for a place to enter SPY, if you guys missed buying SPY, or if you're a cash gang over the holidays, you better hope that you can get a chance to buy at 470.50. If not, you can see supply down below here. Supply, though, right now is currently at 472.81. You can see that little line right in here, okay? Now, we saw this resistance above, but buyers are stepping right up to buy right now. So there's nothing here showing that there's going to be a drop. You guys can see this, right? So if you didn't see this buy down below here, you would see us drop down to the 470 level. But this red bar here is showing, you can see it slightly with this green right here, that buyers are meeting the sellers, and we've got slightly more sellers right now, but it's not as much of a concern when the buyers are stepping up right to the ask right now. And the ask, or the bid is at, let me take a little bit closer look. The bid's at 472.81. See if I can get some more of this stuff out to you guys. And you talk about selling puts on the SPY. It's almost a no-brainer selling puts on the SPY. Get some call flow coming in on BA, LCID, Lucid. Palantir is getting a bid this morning. 20 Cs for 1231. More Tesla flow. Cisco has some bid coming into it. January 21, 65C. That's a nice one. I always like seeing them farther dated out. We've got a bid in BABA. The Qs. For the Qs for NASDAQ, 1227 400C. F-Cell's getting a bid this morning. NVIDIA's getting a bid. NVIDIA 315 or 1231 315C. Apple has some more calls, 175 and 182.5, all dated for 1231. AMD's got a weird thing going on this morning. I see a lot of AMD calls, but then I do see some AMD puts. So we'll take a look at AMD real quick for you. See what's going on there. If you guys want to give me a shout out here, okay, what do you guys? Good morning, Damien. Hope you're making money. Morning, Kirk. Yeah, those SPY calls, dude. It's so easy to trade SPY. You don't have to trade anything else. Yeah, you don't have to trade anything else. You just trade the SPY, guys. You can pick one or two other stocks that you become intimate with. Pick yourself an Apple or a Tesla or an AMD. You know, just become very familiar with how it trades. But generally speaking, you don't really need to be chasing tickers across the market. There's no reason to have to trade hard, right? To make life difficult, to have to pick an individual ticker when you know that it's easy enough to just trade the SPY, trade AES, trade the SPX. You can see sellers are being absorbed here on AMD this morning. We have wait a minute. We've got way more buyers than sellers on AMD. You guys should be paying attention this morning to AMD. There's 1.345 million buyers to 692,000 sellers. So someone knows something's up. My assumption is, so when I'm looking at some of these tickers this morning, what I'm thinking is along the same lines as what Spot Gamma's take is, and that is that you had massive hedging on some big tech names. Anything that's been beaten down like SPY, PINs, whether you think some of these tickers should go up or not into the new year, you have to understand that it doesn't matter. What matters is that the hedging is coming off on these tickers. And as they approach the expiration for these tickers, you're going to see a lot of them start to squeeze. So my assumption is this is a play by banks and hedge funds, knowing that these tickers are going to squeeze. I know there was some hedging on AMD as well. So you've got some resistance here. Hedge wall looks like it right at 150. But if you break through 150, 152, and maybe even 155, it's clear sky above. And this is the play. Well, this is the attempt at a play. And your next real, so your real wall is at 160, 165. So AMD has a fairly good chance of a huge print coming into it. AFRM, I'll look them up next. Let's do AFRM. And I'll do a Tesla thing once more for you. So let's just keep a look on Tesla here for a brief moment, and then we'll kick out of Tesla. But you guys want to know where support and resistance is, right? You can see that the buyers are trying to wear out the sellers at 1100. You've got some major support at 1080, minor support at 1070, and then you've got these real buyers down below here at 1050. You've got major resistance above at 1100, but that doesn't mean much. If the hedge wall comes off and enough bid comes into the market, you'll see us break through this no problem. This is minor above at 1110 too, so the expectation I would think, so if I was going to expect, what's my expectations on Tesla for the rest of the week, it's going to go high. You're talking about banks that are long Tesla, and they want to take profit before end of year. So where do they take that profit at? Is it something where, let's say on Friday they get up to 1200 again and they can call more profit? It wouldn't shock me to see a play like that, and to see retail bulls be scared of that trade, because I'd be afraid of it as well, right? Do you really think we're going to 1200 before end of week? I can understand that feeling, that fear. This is what I've told you guys, that I struggle at times when we trade like this. If we grind up from now into Friday, it's not always the best. It's not whenever we grind, you don't know where the top is sometimes. So I always like nice firm supports and resistances so I can trade off of those. So I don't know what to say on that for the rest of the week. I'm long right now, and I don't think I'm selling. I think I'm going to hold and keep adding calls into, or stay with my plan, which is to keep adding calls into Friday on any support that we find, any kind of weakness in the market, and then I'll just add every day dirt cheap puts as protection. Yeah, and you can see right here we bounced right off 472.80. We called this out earlier. That was your buy-in, and you can see we're going higher once again. We're at 473.45. You guys got that call out from me, right? You guys heard that when I said all the buyers at 472.80. And you can see right here, this is a firm bounce. So if you're a bear out there, what is this right here? This is bullish. That's all this is. Nothing here is telling you that we're not bullish this morning on the SPY. I want you to know that most people know that the SPY has the potential to rip to 480, that the call wall has been raised, and that we have major hedging coming off on Friday. So all signs point towards very bullish. Yeah, AMD is weird. So you're talking about what, 1.3 million buyers versus 800, 900,000 sellers, or maybe it was less. It was 680,000 sellers. So someone knows what's up with AMD. There's something definitely going on. Okay, so we're going to look at Amazon next. Yeah, so that 472.80 was a no-brainer, right, for a buy? You guys should be printing right now just off that. That was a no-brainer buying that. That's a gorgeous chart right there. Look at that. Slams down inside and rips right higher. How many of you guys thought it was going to come flying back down for a cash gap close? Because it's not. There's nothing implying that we're going to close. Matter of fact, we opened right where we closed yesterday, basically. I mean, you could call this in some respect. If you look at Friday's close, when we sold down actually the last 5 minutes, you can see we opened right where that sell down was. So there's nothing to close on Friday. It's clear skies to 475. That's our first, and this resistance above here at 475. So you guys want a firm target for getting out of your calls. Look for a pin strike at 474.94 this morning. And even at that pin strike, it's weak. This isn't really a wall at 474. And not only that, at 477, it's a weak wall. So there's nothing. Well, you got clear skies to 480. It could go even higher than that, believe it or not. Unless there's something that's hidden right now. We could have some hidden sellers that we don't know about. Maybe the real sellers are at 475, where they're just not showing themselves at this moment, because this is a weak wall above here. So I don't know if maybe they come out of nowhere. You want to pay attention to this as we get closer to 475, because it looks like clear skies even above, even above 480. Let's look at clear skies. That would imply that not only are we going to make all-time highs, but we're going to go and break out of one of these expanding megaphones. Yeah, and you can see we broke right through resistance at 473.80. Are you guys all making money? Hope that printer's going burr this morning, boys. Snap. I'll do Snap next for you. Let's take a look at Amazon this morning. Amazon's looking very tasty as well. So your major support on Amazon is 34.20. Your next support is 3400. You can see that there was some rejection above here. They ate through sellers at where are we at here? At 3450. They took out a pretty nice chunk of sellers here. But you can see the buyers step right in here at 3420. And you've got more supply down below. And you can see it's a tight trading range on SPY. So maybe you're a buyer at 3400 and a seller at 3460. If you wanted to do like a 5 or 10 minute trade, you could definitely take it here at 3420, 3.45. Take a closer look. 34.23.45 and hold to 3460. It's a pretty good rip right there. 30-point rip. Y'all want to see what? Snap. I'll do Snap for you next. Burr today, boys. Let me take a look at my calls. Oh yeah, baby. 480 is gonna print. Unsubscribe. We're gonna do Snap next. Yeah, we're gonna see 480. If I had to guess, we see 480. So get some 1231 480 C's. See what? Let me look at my positions here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's crazy too. I wound up buying. I bought 477, 478. I bought December 29th, 477, 478 debit call spreads. I think they cost 6 cents or something like that. They were like 6 cents. They now cost 22 cents. Which is wild. It's interesting when you buy stuff cheap. You don't really care as much when they burn, and when they print so big that it doesn't matter which one's burned. Let's look at the SPY. There's some selling here, but we've got some buyers stepping in as well. This was that minor support level we talked about at 473.78 or 90. I don't remember what we called for this pin strike above here. You got your real wall above here at 475. If you had purchased calls on Friday, this would be a nice place to take some profit. If you're looking to rebuy back in, if there's any weakness, you're looking for a rebuy at 472.91. And you're going to be looking this morning. Let's say we have more sellers than buyers here. You're going to look for this yellow line to firm up down here, start to turn red. You don't want to see it turn blue or anything. Otherwise, you'll see that localized support level disappear. It would then go lower down to, I think we called it earlier at 470. Yep, let's take a look at that. So the smart money right now is at 469.80. But see how this blue line has disappeared? Or this red line has now become blue? And that's because the buyers have moved higher. The buyers know that we're going higher, and so they're now providing supply here at 472.96. So does anything about that look bearish to you out there? You guys see that? That the supply was down at 470. It has now moved higher. So the smart money is no longer at 470. It's at 472.96. Or well, let me see if I get that right. The smart money is now above at 472.80. Yeah, facts about buying it cheap, right? One thing bothering me is that the VIX is up. Harder for SPY to go up with the VIX up. No, that is so I trade VIX a lot, and it is not uncommon to see the VIX high and the SPY to go up. It is not uncommon. And you can see it right here that we are up. The market is up and the VIX is up. So you can't say that it doesn't happen. Let's take a look. And you can see the pins 15.222. Oh yeah, that was in the 23rd. Oh no, I don't know what. The VIX. Oh no, the VIX isn't up. The VIX is down. The VIX is about to crash. You're checking the wrong dates here. So I'm looking at this morning's VIX and it's down. And not only is it down, but it's looking like it's going to dump. So I don't know what we're talking about on the VIX this morning. The VIX is looking like it's about to poop itself. I don't know what VIX we're looking at here. Am I looking at a different VIX than you guys out there? IWM's catching a bid. Let's look at the IWM. Let's look at the SPY real quick. Now that it's loaded up. That's beautiful. I actually like the SPY this morning, or Snap this morning. You've got some real nice support at 48.40, 4,800 on Snap. I like Snap. I like Snap as like a leap. All these hedge walls up here at 50 and 55 on Snap, these things are all going to go away. You've got a hard wall at $60 on Snap. This is I like this play. I like this play as like a spread Just an in the money spread like a 48 or a 48.50 call spread dated out. You can date them out like summertime. Pick an ER for Snap this summer, and you'll just catch the wave from interested bulls heading into its ER. And Snap was that weird. How Snap dropped. It should have come back. This was Snap dropped over the Apple advertising fees and monies. All you need on Snap is if Snap just comes out and says, "Who cares about this? We're making money another way," and it's going to be way back up again, right? Snap will be back at 60, $70 overnight. So how do you trade that? It's difficult. So you could actively manage a trade in SPY where you buy outside of the money calls for 10 cents and keep rebuying them over time until it hits. Because all you need is just one piece of good news and Snap's gonna rip to all-time highs. And that's all you need is just one simple piece of news. So you could either buy really cheap outside the money calls until it happens, or you could buy some leaps, or you could just buy stock. I mean, $48 for Snap. I want it lower. I'd like to see it down in the high 30s, low 40s, but it's a no-brainer to buy some form of spread, in the money spread, because the news is going to come at some point. You just know it's coming. And even if it was to dip down into the 30s or 40s, the banks will pick it back up and they'll ride it up to $60 again. So if you don't want to miss that train, I like Snap. I have a hard time believing that Snap's going to stay down forever. It's one of those stocks that got whacked and then didn't come back. So in October of 2020, the banks started to trade Snap when? At 28.54. And they started trading Snap in October of 2020. And we just had this nice bounce above here at $41. I mean, for $28 back in October of 2020, and now then it bounced at 42. That's reasonable. But you can't really. I mean, I hate Zuckerberg and I hate Snapchat, but at the same time, it's got great numbers. So, $40 isn't bad. I guess maybe I'm just being really cheap saying it. I want it in the 30s. I want it at like $36, $38. I'm cheap sometimes. I shouldn't be that cheap. 41 sounds reasonable. So you've got a wall above at $50 and 51 if you keep in that trade on Snap. Let's check back in with Tesla. Same thing, you're looking to just be buying dips on Tesla. Your dip buying's at 1080 and 1070. We're just on the grind here in the SPY this morning. I'm going to post some live flow for you guys right now on Twitter. Misfits catching a bid. Apple, the Qs. You guys can check this stuff out here. I'll post this right now. This is just raw flow as it comes in. And I'll also give you by the ticker what the most bullish flow is this morning, so you can hunt some of these down. If I So if I post for you, this next post I'm going to post on Twitter, okay? And so let's say we're in a bearish context in the day. I'll post for you the top 10 bearish tickers, right? So you might ask, what do I do with this, Captain, when you post this stuff? What you're looking for is an opening in any of these stocks. I'm gonna post these for you. So today I'm posting for you the most bullish stocks out there. This is where the money flow is coming in. So if you don't have a play that you're in right now, it would behoove you to check each one of these tickers, see if they're heading down and maybe they're going to turn, or are any of them at the bottom of a trend channel, right? If we're trending up on these tickers, start to chart them out with simple charts to look for an entry in any of these tickers. Normally, I won't post this list until anytime between 10 and 12 o'clock because the initial flow in the morning at 9:30 is sometimes blurry. Oftentimes that flow is only intended to print tickers that had buyers from the previous day, the previous trading day. But once we're at this 10:30, 11:30 hour, it starts to firm up where you see the real money at. Yeah, we're at 474. How much you guys want to bet we hit 480? How much you guys want to bet? I think everybody knows what's up. We're going to start to squeeze here on SPY. We've got clear skies, just so you guys know. Looks like you got some sellers at 475, but not for the number of buyers we have. It wouldn't surprise me to see 478, 480. Do I still have... Let me take a look at this. The only resistance on SPY is at 475. You're going to see us start squeezing here. Now, you saw us just bounce here at 474.37, but you need to pay attention to what's going on here. There's no ricochet here. All the buyers are stepping in. You can see them. Buyers are stepping in at 474.17. The liquidity is here to meet up with these sellers above. We have sellers at 474.50. This is where it gets dangerous for a bear. This is where you can lose a lot of money if you're short the market. We know that market shorts have been short since when? Let's look back. Market shorts have been here, so at 474.86. We're tagging right now all-time highs. So here's my question to you. What's your thesis out there? Your thesis is, hey, we looked above, right? We checked all-time highs when? back on 11:22. We checked it again when? Back on 12:8. We checked it again on 12:13, right? Then we checked it one more time back on 12:16. Rejections every single time. So now we're at all-time highs once again out there. So what's the plan now? Do we go back down to check at this point down below? I doubt it. I doubt that we go back down right now. We've tagged 3 times on lower levels down here at 449, 448.9, and 451.30. 3 times means what? We're going up. So I don't know. I'm long right here. I'm long. I'm having a hard time believing that we're done at this point. Now, if you're a bear out there and you think we're done, then this is the time for you to short the market, right? This is where we're at. We've done this how many times now? 4, 5 times where we've looked below, we've looked above, and I'm not seeing it. What I see is buyers in the market. So I'm not seeing any flow coming in right now that's negative. I'll take a look and see if I can find anything. If you're a bull right now, this would be a point for you to at least buy some protection. You could buy yourself some puts that expire on Wednesday, some dirt cheap penny puts. You know, throw $100 out there on some penny puts. But I'm sorry, I mean this always ends in resolution. You have to remember, even the last wedge that we were in ended in upside resolution. And we're here again right now. So where does this resolution take us? I'm assuming if you're a bear out there, you think the market's going to crash right now, today, at this moment, right? That's what's going to happen. But in reality, this market moves up. This market trades up. Even when we trade down, it always resolves to the upside. The crash in 2007 still resolved to the upside. The March 2020 crash still resolved to the upside. Our market going back to its start resolves to the upside. We're a forward-looking market. That's what we do. We're the leader of the free world. So my expectation is that when we've looked below 3 times, that we're not going to be looking below again as we move forward. You guys getting all that out there in YouTube land? Exactly. There are no quad tops. There's no such thing as a quad top. Omicron is a nothing burger. That was all bullshit. Like the news this weekend was all bullshit. It was being directed at certain people. It had nothing to do with the message that we were going to all die or anything like that. The obfuscation in the news right now when it comes to COVID is horrible. It's horrible. And I'm a masker. I wear a mask. And it's just all credibility is being thrown out the window right now in the news. Yeah, we'll have a pullback out there. Is Uber looking good for the weekly run-up? I'll tell you what right now, if you're a bear, watch your ass out there right now. Honestly, you can see the buyers stepping in here. This is not like before. We know what happened. We know before. So we know that when we hit all-time highs and tops, the past 3 that we've hit, that it was firm rejection. We saw weakness right when we came to all-time highs. It's 10:30 in the morning on a Monday morning in a low liquidity environment. What does that mean for you out there? It means that the price has been placed here for a reason, not to get rejected, but to actually go up at this point. That we know the call wall is above at 480 now. So all signs point towards us trading higher. So be cautious out there. Be cautious if you're a bear out there. If you're a bull, I want you to start thinking about what we talked about last night on that Zoom call about how to properly hedge, right? That you can buy yourself some March put spreads that are deep in the money. I told you about buying if you were locally in the next 1 to 3 expiry date. No, daily OPEX is coming up. That you buy dirt cheap penny puts. You've got 2 options there on how to hedge yourself. They're dirt cheap, even though you're running long right now. Let's take a look at those calls. So I talked to you guys about these calls, right? Those calls, when I called these calls out to you this morning before the open, what did I say? SPY, 1231, 480C, 26 cents, I think I said. They're now worth 62 cents. We still have 4 more days until the weekend, right? Bro, you don't get COVID yet? Oh, I have the COVID. Oh no, Hutch. Yeah, but even though you've got, I mean, the Omicron is not as dangerous. If anything, I hope I get the Omicron. If I get any of the variants, I'd want the Omicron over the Delta or the original Alpha strain of COVID. I'm triple vaxxed. I do all the shit that I'm supposed to be doing. But I'm telling you what, I'm not locking up for anybody ever again. I'm done with lockups. I did my part for 2 years. If you guys couldn't figure it out there, if anybody from the government's listening in right now, I did my part. I did everything you told me to do. And if there's anybody out here that's not going to lock up anymore, it's going to be anybody that did what they were supposed to do for 2 straight years. We're coming in year 2 right now. So I'm sorry. I'm opening up. I'm out there living my life now. Yeah. No, I'm out there. I'm out there. I'm hiking, biking, skiing. I'm doing all that stuff. I'm enjoying my life. That's what it is. I'm sorry. I did it. I did what you wanted me to do. My youngest daughter is like I'm taking her out right now to spend time with kids because she was locked up for 2 years. I mean, all these kids out there are getting wrecked, right? Some of these kids are in school, but a whole lot of kids were doing homeschool for 2 straight years. You just can't do this to kids. You have to get out there at some point and take on some risk. And all my kids are vaxxed now, so I'm sorry, I can't stay inside with my kids anymore. And then you're blowing us up this weekend with that news. You guys are out there they're out there doing this crazy news cycle over the weekend, trying to get everybody scared. I'm like, you're kidding me. I just locked up for 2 years. You gotta be shitting me trying to put that news out over the weekend. No offense. I hope I'm not pissing anybody off out there in Twitterverse. So we've got support firming up at 474.30. You can see the buyers are down below here. You guys want to know where the bid is? The bid's at 474.34. You've got some minor support below at 473.50. But if there is any weakness that comes in the market this morning, you're looking to buy in again now at a much higher level, right? We saw the buyers move, the smart money moved from 470 to 472.90. They're all on board. They got the kids on board. They're taking a ride down to Tendytown. So if you've got major buyers at 472, that's the question, right? You've got buyers that stepped in at 472. Where do they want to take profit? Because we know they're not us. We know us will take profit for a couple points, right? We go up 20 points or something, we'll take our profit and run. Banks want profit on 100 points. They want profit on 200 points. They're not in it for just 5 points or 20 points. Yeah, you think you might have Omicron, huh, Henry? Yeah, the Omicron is, if I could catch COVID, it'd probably be the Omicron version of it. Yeah, the damage, it messed my kids up. It's unforgivable. I'm telling you, my daughter's like, this has been devastating to our country. And I get you want to fight it, and I was on board for that fight. But you've got the 2 years down. You know that it gave time for our hospitals to be able to treat this at this point. You guys out there all have to know that you have to do what you have to do to protect yourselves and get through life. But when you do your part for 2 years, how much more can you ask at that point? At some point, the risk comes on, right? At some point, as just a citizen of the world, you have to absorb some risk. So that's what we have to do as a country. That's what other nations have to do. You can't lock up for 4, 5, 10 years. It just isn't going to happen. It's not going to happen at this point. You can't forget to live. 100%. Yeah, I'm all done with the COVID thing. I'm all done with it. I mean, I'll still wear a mask. I'll still socially distance, do all the right stuff. But you can't tell us. You can't be fear mongering anymore. You just can't. Fear mongering is out the window at this point. It's done. We're done with it. You can't do this to kids. I can't express. And even when I take my kids anywhere right now, nothing's the same. There's no joy out there. There's no happiness out there. We're heading into a long winter, so you've already got seasonal depression for a lot of people out there. You got. I mean, you got to pick your chin up at some point and carry on. Yeah. 100-degree fever, sore throat, achy, slight cough, nothing a little Sudafed and coffee can't fix. Time to hedge life, gotta live. Yeah, there's that point. There's that point, you know. I did my part. So I did my part. I did my part. I think most Americans have done their part. So what do you do at this point? You have to start to put some risk on in life. I do want you guys to see here, there is some growing seller and resistance above here. You may want to consider taking some profit. Let's take a look and see where we're at here. So it's not concerning here at this point on the SPY, but you are seeing a pushback from bears. I want you guys all listening to me out there. I'm going to make a trade here. So there is some resistance building above at 474, 475, 474.58, 475 specifically. You can see here we had two touches above. This is a moment where you could take some profit off the table. This might be a moment to think about picking up some cheap hedges. And it's not that we can't break through and trade to 480. It's that this is one of those moments. You guys are always hearing me out there talking about how I trade, right? I hear all this bullshit on Twitter where all these bullshitters are talking about what they trade and how badass they are out there, but yet they can't put their money where their mouth is. So I'm telling you right now, you guys know me and how I trade. This is one of those moments where we're at some resistance right now, where you'd want to start thinking about a hedge. You take a little bit of profit off the table. You let the banks do the work for you to break through 475 for us to go to 480. You guys follow me with my videos. You guys follow me live here on Twitter and on YouTube. So what do we do at this point, right? We let the banks do the work for us. You guys know that, right? ARK is actually down, yeah. I'll look at IWM and ARK right now, okay, guys? This is the time for you to take profit. You've got support on Tesla. The thing about Tesla is you've got support at 1107 and down at 1070. But you've got some big resistance above. These bears never give up, do they? Bears are just relentless. Relentless sellers. 1120 sellers, 1150 sellers. We'll look at IWM next. God damn bears. No offense. I like the bears. Now the VIX isn't up. Someone was saying the VIX is up. It wasn't up. It was down. Pull down some SPY. What do we got? Does Joe want to buy in? Did Joe Harper not buy in last week and now he wants a dip to buy? Yeah, take some profit, take the money and run, and then jump back in above, right? So if the grind keeps taking place on the SPY, right, it's time for you to take profit, call some of that money, and then you jump above. I like the IWM trade, by the way. I'm in IWM calls right now. I want to see 230 by end of week. So you guys know out there you've got some nice support. You've got supply down below it at let's take a look. Support. You'll see buyers at 221.96. on SPY, and you've got clear skies above. I mean, in all reality, if you wanted to know what the trade is, in my view, it's IWM. It's IWM to 230. Uh, you, it, it's a no-brainer. Put some time on some spreads for 230 on IWM. That trade is still on. And why bother picking stocks that are going to be the shortage trade or the inflation trade? You don't need to. You just pick IWM, and it should at some point go back to 230. I like the IWM trade. You've got some sellers above, some resistance above at 223.10. In all reality, on IWM, just buy some spreads that are 1 to 3 months out in the money. And if you ever had a chance to I think I grabbed my calls at 212, something like that. So, oh, you got some of that burr this morning, Joe? Did you get some of that burr? Joe got some burr this morning? Joe got some burr. Yeah, Joe got some burr. Take your money and run. All right, let's see. Y'all taking your money and running this morning? You're all taking profit? Let's take a look and see what other tickers you guys wanted me to look up. You guys wanted me to look at a firm, right? XBI. I love it. I love the XBI trade. Let's look at XBI. Someone tell accounts blown up that we're looking at XBI right now. I know that he'd be interested in seeing this one. Accounts blown up has made some real money for people out there. That Twitter handle, that guy has been trading like a monster. Straight monster. Look at this. Just absorb. Look, I mean, you guys want to take a screenshot of something badass? Just look at how gorgeous that is right there. You can see right here, all these sellers are just being wrecked right now on the SPY. It's a gorgeous chart. Just grinding right now on XBI. Okay, let's see what we're looking at now. XBI is looking for resolution either to the up or downside. You have a steady supply of buyers at 114.80. Let's see if we can get some harder numbers here. Buyers at 114.82. More buyers at 115.05. You've got a resolution trade here on IBF or XBI. Let's see, 115.32, but you still have sellers above right at 115.78. You've got a wall at 115.99 and at 116.25. There's not much to say on XBI this morning. And I'm not seeing a wall higher or lower on XBI. If I had to guess, it's going to trade sideways. Let's look at some charts on it. I think I charted out XBI last week. On Sunday last Sunday we charted out XBI. So it went up what? So last Sunday on the 19th we charted XBI. And we went up. I think XBI was up 7% last week or something like that. So you guys are wondering if it's going to go back up again, I guess. That's the question. Well, let's look and see if we have any flow in XBI so I can let you guys know what's up with XBI. There's no flow on it today. I will look into last week to see if anything came in. So last week on XBI on December 23rd, someone bought a 1231 115C for 300,000. On the 21st, someone bought a 118C and another 118C for $1 million, expiring on the 21st of January. So that if I had to assume, I don't see anything on XBI this morning. If you're in an XBI trade, it might just be a matter of waiting. It looks like the money flow is elsewhere today. This is some nice support building here on the SPY. Looks like the buyers are stepping up to 474, 474.50, and 474.61. So I'd be a buyer once again down below. I'm straight cash gang right now, just so you guys know. I sold my SPY positions, and I'm looking to re-enter right now at 474. So if we can get down to 474, I'm going to take another trade this morning. And let's look and see what we got going on here. We got any sneaky Pete's going on? Yeah, that's crazy. Those 460Ps that were like $1.13 for Monday, for the 3rd, January 3rd, they're now down to 46 cents. So those are starting to become more tempting if I really want to see them at like 20, 30 cents. So when we talked yesterday in Zoom about, keeping an eye on option pricing, right? Not just the interest in them. And you know that 460p or 465p or 470p, when you're in whole numbers, if we move in the direction that we're anticipating, that those will be popular strikes, right? So I'm keeping an eye on 460p. I'm keeping an eye on 470p as we head into the end of this week, dated for January 3rd. And yeah, so 460p, if you could get those down to like 20, 30 cents, I'm a buyer all day long. Buyer all day long. If I can get 470p down to, it's possible. If we went up to 480, the 470s would then be worth 40 cents, something like that. But see how you keep your eyes on the opposite trade. If you're a bull, you're always watching that put trade. You're always looking to be like a buyer of dirt cheap puts, and you want to be a buyer of dirt cheap calls. If there's euphoria out there or any FOMO out there, I haven't checked Twitter yet, but I'm sure that I'm posting on the handle. But I wonder what regular old Twitter's doing today. Maybe I should have 50K followers. That's Baba Yaga. I love Baba Yaga. And then Adam Mancini's telling you we're in Santa Rally week, no signs of stopping. Yeah, there's no signs of stopping. There's none. We already know right now there's buyers at 474.60. You know you got heavy support here at 4,700 or 474, and the price target is definitely, without a doubt, we're breaking through. Just so you guys know, we're breaking through resistance right now. So those clear skies are pointing towards 480. Hold on here. mean, it's showing that we've got sellers above here, but you've got clear skies to 478, 480. We know where the real ceiling is. It's higher. It's much higher this morning. And it doesn't matter if it takes into next week, or excuse me, into the end of this week to get there. You can see this resistance above is starting to form at 476.70, but in reality it's up here at 480. We know where the sellers are going to come in. You're going to turn shorts into longs here. Let me see what this is here. Okay. And actually, XBI is grabbing a bid right now. If you guys are watching XBI, it looks like it's building support. Looks like it had a nice bounce down at 115.08. It's now up $1. Might be worth watching. You just see this grind on the SPY. Profit taking time, right? Let the banks do the work for you. Let the banks take you over 474.80. You want to see us break through. If you guys want to know where to pick it back up again, you pick it back up at 475.04. This is a nice run. Let me see if I can get some. You right there, buddy? So this is kind of crazy. You guys want to be looking at this. You guys check out that Twitter handle. I want you guys to see the flow that's coming through right now. So this is the question I have for you guys. You guys have been trading with me live now for a couple weeks. I want you to see this, okay? And the reason I want you to see this is because so I just posted some live flow coming through. And it has a lot of SPY calls in the flow. A lot of SPY calls. So you guys have been trading with me for a couple weeks now live, right? Every day we come out, we trade, we buy the SPY, we sell the SPY. So when I start to see calls, when I see stuff like this, I'm looking at 1229 478 Cs, right? Racks of them being bought right now. 475 Cs, 480 Cs. So everyone's picking that trade up for end of year. Right now, at this moment, after trading with me, is this something that you'd be doing? Hey, I'm going to add right now, right at this moment, at 474.74. I want to know if you guys could let me know in the comment box, is this where you buy the SPY? Or do you wait until we get over to buy the SPY to 478, 480? And the reason I'm asking that is because, we're usually trying to trade the turn, and I always notice stuff like this happen once the trade is already done. When the trade has already been made, then you start to see the interest kick in. Do I think we're going to 480? I do. Do I think that this moment right now is the best buy-in for the next trade to 480? Probably not. But I want to know what you guys think out there, because it could be. But I want to know what you guys think. It was a great day, right, Mary? Congratulations, Mary. You make some money this morning? Yeah, no FOMO, exactly. So, exactly, Stunks. Pullback, resistance, support, then attack. So that's my point is, I mean, I love seeing the FOMO kick in, but I'm also looking for a deal here. Last night we talked about that it's okay to buy an expensive option if you're in a trend mode. If it is trend day, it's still okay to buy an option. So I understand that aspect of it, but really, I'm looking to be buying 473.80, 474. I would buy the trend again if we broke above 475.03 or so. I would pick that trend back up again here, and I would buy this here. But would I buy right when we're in the middle here? Probably not. So it's always interesting to see when the buyers are coming out. Are we the guys selling them the bags right now? And I realize that this will print, but I'm always looking for a deal, right? You guys are always looking for a deal? Yes, ma'am. Dude, Mary is just banking money. Your chart has supply from 470 to 471. Let's take a look at 470. I can tell you where the supply is. This is the supply right here. This is where the supply is right here. 473.80. Then you've got more supply down at, yeah, so you can see it right here, right? Supply is at 473.75. And then your next supply zone is 472.93. You've got, there's no supply down here. All the supply was here at the open, and then it moved up. It's very bullish. There's nothing that's not bullish about where we are right at this moment. You're probably going to see a giant green bar at some point, and we're getting close to that right now. So you're probably going to see a squeeze in the next 5 minutes. You guys ready for a squeeze? We're going to squeeze the SPY. It's going to happen right now. Here comes the squeeze, just so you know. It's about to go to the moon, as they say. Because once you break through this 474.80 level, there is no, it's clear skies. Let all your friends know out there that we are right at a moment of a squeeze or rejection. We're about to break through. If we break through this level here, I will pick the SPY back up. We'll get in a little bit more granular level here and see what's actually happening. And the reason I'm telling you that we're looking like it's going to squeeze is because to see these sellers here, they're just getting destroyed. You can see a little bit of rejection above here, but we're just killing the sellers. See it here as well. Like lightning, right? We talk about the like electric fence, but you see that we're just destroying all these sellers above here. So we'll look at this on a more granular level. We know where to buy the dip. It's at 472, right? You guys know where the dip buy is. You know where to pick it up. So we've got supply down below at 473.80. We've got more supply down below at 472.91. And we're going to look at a more granular level. We just talked about this, right? When you see stuff like this here, you don't see firm rejection. It's showing you that the supply is there to wear out the sellers. If you're short this market at this level, it's very dangerous for you right now. We're about to squeeze. Let all your friends on Twitter know that we're going to squeeze in the next few minutes. SPY is going to rip. You ready? It's blast off time. You guys can see it live. You've got some more new supply coming in of sellers that were hiding above at 47.5.10 here. You can see these guys just came in. These were sellers that were hiding. They just showed up. Bears are saying no, no. Yeah, this is monster. Yeah. Oh my. I printed stupid. I I don't know what to say. I've printed stupid. We're about to squeeze. You see us breaking through over here? You're gonna turn shorts into longs right here. So short squeezes, they're not as good as Vanatrade's gamma squeezes. Are always more prolonged and much higher than a short squeeze, but the short squeeze is still good. The short squeeze would get you to 478. So if we can get that short squeeze here, it'll be nice. So 473.80 is where the smart money is. We're gonna start squeezing here in a little bit. You guys see this happening live right now? You guys are all watching and tuning into this happening. We have major supply here at 474.90. So if you wanted to get in, right? You wanted to ride if you wanted to take a gamble, buy yourself some zero dates. Let's look at some zero dates for the SPY. So the 478 Cs expiring today are worth 2 pennies. So it's risky. I don't think it's going to work, to be honest with you. But if it did work, you've got 2-cent calls on SPY. They're 2 pennies for 478. You'd probably flip 300 or 500% if we break through right now. So either the market makers know we're not going to 478 today, or no one believes we're going. Either people don't believe we're going to 478 today. The money flow is showing that we are going to 478 today. So maybe there's sell side that we don't see in the market at this point, because there's zero interest in us going to 478 today. And we only got they cost 2 pennies. Matter of fact, I'm going to buy some right now. Maybe I should. I might buy some just in case. Buy 100 of them. Come on, 100. Okay. For a $300 bet for 100 contracts of SPY 478 expiring today. That would be wild. All right, let's see if it happens. If I go to 478 today, let's see what I'd make on this. It's $300. What's $300? Nothing. It's a gamble. I bet it's a better gamble than going to Las Vegas right now. Let's see. Okay, you ready? If if we go to 478 today, a $300 bet will make you 5,600 bucks. If we went to 480 today, you'd make 20 grand off 300 bucks. Absolutely don't recommend that trade. Do not recommend that trade. That's a crazy trade. So if we did a straight shot to 478, you'd make 3,000%. If we went to 480, you'd make 7,000%. Just 3 more points. So what does that say to you as a trader out there? Don't expect 478 today because the dealers, the brokers, the market makers are saying it ain't happening. It's not in the cards for you today. So maybe don't expect to squeeze because the market makers are telling you, don't bother. We're taking all your money. Market makers are saying, thank you, come again. Thank you for playing. Take your money and run. Rejoin the party at 473.80 or 4730. Need like a SoftBank to come in and just buy like, I don't know, 5 million in 0 dates for 478 or 480 would be even better for like a penny each. No, do not buy 0 dates for 478s. Do not. What the market's telling you is that we're not going there today. That's what the market's telling you. Market's saying to you, do not expect 478 today. So that means you're a buyer down below at 473, 472. You got some ice coming in down below here. You got some ice at 472.93. We'll go even lower. Take a look. I mean, it's been known to happen. That's the thing about the Christmas rallies. It's usually just one straight long grind up. People make some stupid serious money. But I'm a buyer here at 473, 474-ish. I want to give a little bit of room for us to go up here. If there's any relief, wouldn't be shocking to see us trade sideways to end of day at this point. But if we did get some relief down at 473.80, 473 flat, or if we even dipped down to 470 like someone else pointed out earlier, if we got a gift of going down to 470, I'd be a buyer down there as well. I'd buy some 2-cent or 6-cent calls at that point. If we rip into close, so what could happen right now is they're going to grind out all the calls and puts today because today is an OPEX. So they'll eat all that money, and then possibly end of day you'll see a rip into close. So what I'm probably going to do is take the rest of the day to just relax and wait for a move later in the afternoon. Yeah, I'll take a look at BA right now. So you have to think about the dealers too. You have to think about the options that are expiring today, and it doesn't always happen. You guys know that some days on OPEX we will still crush it. You know that some days on OPEX we will sell down and print. Like you guys know, if you guys have taken bear trades, there on OPEXs we'll have 2-3 cent puts that print 60, 70 cents. So I guess it's not that you can't take that trade today. You could take those two. I mean, what does it cost? You get 100 contracts for 300 bucks. If you've already made $20, $30, $40,000, you buy a rack of them for 300 bucks, and they'll print you anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000. Is it risky? Sure. Is it probable? There's a 99% chance that they're not going to print. But that's a nice bounce on BA. But this is where you have a war story to tell somebody. This is where you have a war story to tell somebody that you made bank on some stupid play. Okay, so you've got hard support at 190 on BA. You've got real nice support for today on BA between 198, 199, 200. You have some consolidation at 202. Your major resistance right now is at 205 and 215. The thing about BA is it's always being shorted. It's the kind of stock I used to play BA a lot. I like playing BA, but it's very news driven for it to squeeze, and that's often why you see big moves in BA. This is a prime example of a stock that is always being shorted. You've got walls above at 205, 215, 220, and you have more. Let's see if we got more buyers than sellers right now. So someone knows something's up with BA because you've only got 64,000 sellers. You've got 100. You got near double buyers on BA right now. Let's take a look at the chart on BA, and there was a lot of call flow this morning on BA. I will post that for you. Yeah, you've got great support down here. This is a nice buy, by the way. If any of you are in BA right now, it's a real nice buy. I like BA. I like trading BA. And you've got more. I'm gonna post this. Oh, so Affirm, someone called out AFRM earlier, and they've got huge call flow coming through. I will post that call flow for AFirm right now, and we'll look at the AFirm chart for you guys. If you guys are looking for entries or exits. So I'm going to AFRM. I'm going to post the AFRM stuff right now for you. And here's some AFRM flow, and then I'll post the BA flow next. Because I know I saw calls coming in for BA this morning. Where did I see BA calls coming in this morning? I knew I saw some BA calls. So I'm going to post the BA calls that rolled in this morning. The buy the dippers jumped in. I like this play. I like the dip buy in BA. Keep your eyes up on news for BA. And let's look up AFirm next. AFRM. Subscribe. Let's see where the support and resistance is on Affirm. Ooh, this is juicy. This is really juicy. So your buy the dippers on Affirm are at 104. You've also have strong support. You've got flow coming in at 106.76, and they're looking for 108, 110, 112, 111. I've traded Affirm. I've tried this stock has a tendency to want to rip to like 130, 140. I remember we were buying this dip a month or two ago, and we were getting trades to 130, 145 up here. And these are big printers. You've got more support down below here at $90, $95, 104. You've got some real nice support here on Affirm. You've got ICE above at 125. This is a nice trade. I like this trade. And yeah, there you go. This is what you're shooting for if you trade. So if you're trading Affirm, if you're bullish on Affirm, I'd be taking a 145C. That's where I'd be at. I'd be looking for this print way above here at 145. If you eat through these sellers here, you've got clear skies to 145. You've got buyers consuming sellers. This is all these trades that you guys are calling out to me. These are all looking like uh, gamma that's going to come off on these stocks as we head into Friday. These are all gamma trades. 478 on the SPY. If 478 prints on the SPY, just a heads up, if 478 prints on the SPY, it's gonna print stupid. It's gonna print something. It's gonna print. If you get 478 on the SPY, it's gonna print stupid. Oh no! So, so the 478 zero dates are up 100%. I don't think. It's too funny. It's too funny. If we print 478 today in the SPY, I don't know. I don't know what to say to you. Talk about some derivatives, or talk about some arbitrage. And they're back down to their original price. Looks like somebody took profit on those 478s. They were at 2 cents, and they went to 4 cents on that push right here. That push right here, someone just sold out of their position. We're heading down below at 470, 474, 96. It'd be hilarious if we printed there today. It would make my day. If those printed 478s, that would be stupid. Yeah, they would print. So if they went into the money, if 478s went into the money, they would go to 99 cents. I don't think it happens though. I think that the market makers are telling you no. Don't forget to put your cheap penny hedges on. Told you guys that how many times? Make sure you guys are buying some penny hedges. We're at that moment, just like when like when we're on bottoms, we talk about going long when everybody is short the market. This is the place. 475 is a reasonable place to buy some cheap put protection if you're long this market. This is a good time for you if you're invested in stocks and you want to hedge yourself. We're at 475, so you figure that all the banks are saying that we'll be at between 480, let's say, and I think the worst. I think XBI, not XBI. That what bank was it? I'll have to look which bank. Anyway, one of the banks said that we wouldn't get as high as 480 for 2022, and some of the most bullish banks like JPM I think said 520 for 2020. So if you're at 475, you figure right now you could buy some nice put spread hedges that are 1 to 3 months out. You buy them at 475 in the money. Maybe you buy them at 480 expiring in March 31st. Let's call it at 480. And if you wanted to get crazy bullish heading into the ER season, it'd be a nice little way to protect yourself as we move forward. Because the question becomes, what is the lowest we're gonna go? So mark my words, right where we're at right now. We're at 475, right? Do you think we'll come back to see 475 on the SPY by March 31st? I would say yes. I would say there's a fair chance of that. I'd say by March 31st or so. Matter of fact, let me take a look at it. Let me get a better date for you. Yeah, you'd probably get a. I wouldn't. You know what I said? 31st. I would take. What trade would I take? Right here. What trade would I take? I would take the SPY March 18th, 475 or 4. Call it like 480, 475p put debit spread or even a put credit spread. The credit spreads kind of suck unless you're already going in the direct. They're kind of directional. You really want to be going in that direction when you buy credit spreads. But if you buy a debit spread, they can just kind of get there eventually and start printing. You have to sometimes hold them to expiration for them to print. But if you do hold them to expiration and you're printing, they print heavy into their expiration. I've held many call spreads, especially debit spreads. I've seen them go up thousands and then go down thousands, and then the last week they print just stupid, like stupid. But they're protection play, they're safety play, they're more forgivable than just naked trading. And what are we looking for as a bull, right? I talked to you guys about buying the dip at 473 down below here, right? We talked about this dip buy. We talked about the dip buy at 474.50. And so we're looking for a reaction here, right? You're like, okay, so where do we buy the dip, Captain? And you're looking for the exhaustion of sellers. And if we don't see the exhaustion of sellers, we're then going to check the next level to make entry. And you see that the smart money is down here at 47.380. So this is where I want to buy in. I want to buy this right here. So I'm going to keep my eyes right now on the SPY for another buy-in. Snap yourself a line at 473.80, which is what I'm doing right here. And we'll wait and see if the buyers step in. This would make for a nice call spread heading into Friday. You get a Friday expiry 473 in the money. I bet you make 100%. You could set it and forget it. We're also looking here. So when we're looking for this buy-in right here, I want to see like this. I want to see these buyers consume the sellers, because you still have more sellers right now on the SPY. So I'm gonna take a break there and wait. How is Tesla looking? We'll look at Tesla next. I'm gonna log off here in just a bit, so this will be the last ticker that I look at. I need to take my dog out for a walk. Take a lunch break, relax a little bit, look at profit, smile. Let's look at Tesla. Where are we looking for some consolidation on Tesla? 1070. If you wanted to rebuy Tesla, it's risky here at 1102. I'm not going to lie to you. It's risky to be entering Tesla right here. If you want to be a safe trader, the buy looks like it's at 1070. If you're day trading Tesla, I know that seems crazy low to you guys out there. I know you guys are like, no, it's not going any lower. We'll scroll in here for a closer look, so you can see if this will consolidate and keep ripping higher. Yep. We'll take it on a more granular level. I know some of you guys want to know what's up. Now you guys see over here, you see how there's a mountain of buyers down lower? 1095, 1090. This is where the supply is right now on Tesla. So you'll probably see some weakness. You've got these are sellers right here. But you've got supply down here at 1095, 1090. This is where your supply is. You could take a 10-minute trade down here at not 1090, 1090 or 1095. Run it up again to 1100. I'll snap some more lines here for myself to play this. You want to see a reaction at 1095. Your buy the dip is at 1090. So your consolidation looking for a bounce number is 1095 to 1090, and then your buy the F and dip is at 1070. Nice simple way to trade the Tesla today. Yeah, I'll put Amazon up for you guys before I head out of here. Yeah, blood stunts. I'm not anti. The one thing that I'm bullish on next year. You guys heard me last night. We talked about it. Let's say we only go out. Let's say every bank. Let's say they all called for us to see 520 next year. They're usually wrong in their forecast. But let's just say they all called 520. And let's say we see 580 next year, 590, or even if we see 520. If they're forecasting 520, that means they're more than likely looking to dump the market at some point this spring or summer. And ask yourself, where do you think that they'll dump this to get max gains on the downside and the upside? So it's probably somewhere in that. It's probably somewhere back down. We'll probably see that 450 at some point. Maybe lower. Maybe we see lower into summertime or end of year if inflation becomes way more permanent, and if we start to see, we know to expect 2 rates in 2022, so maybe we get a third and we don't know about it, and that's how we would see a rough end of the year. But something in the money. If you guys are hedging, you just do something in the money. You don't have to go that deep with it. Or if you wanted to do a true market hedge and you wanted to go buy like a 390 or something, yeah, you can buy that. But you have to differentiate between what a year-long hedge is and what a 3-month hedge is, right? Why are we buying the hedge? How long we're going to put the hedge on for? Is this just in case the market crashes? All right, so I'll be back. I got to take my dog out. My dog's I can tell he needs to go to the bathroom. So I will be signing off with you today for the moment. If we come to another pivot moment in the market today, I will let you guys know. I'm still looking for this 47380. I don't know if I'll get it, but that's what I'm really looking for. You can see some sellers are now forming up around 477, 478, and 480. Actually, right here at 480. So we're making a move to 480. This is beautiful right here. Look at this. 473, right? 472, 74, 473.87. I'm a buyer all day long, and my price target on the SPY right now is 480. All right, I'll check back in with you guys later this afternoon. Hope you all did well and made bank today. Don't forget to support the handle and the channel. I've got a donate button on the description of my YouTube channel. If you want to just pay by credit card, I have a pinned post on my Twitter handle so that you don't have to use PayPal. If you are a broke trader, a new trader, I don't expect anything from you out there. This is a free handle, free sub. I'll never force anyone to pay for this. It does help, though, to support the channel, to pay for me to get this information out to you. It does cost me a lot of money to pay for these services. So I do appreciate all the support you guys have shown out there. Happy holidays to you. Happy New Year. I will be trading with you guys live all the way through to New Year's. We'll probably have a New Year's toast with some champers. I'll buy you guys a nice fat bottle of champagne, and we'll crack a bottle of Dom Perignon or something, because this week's turning out real nice for us. Congratulations to all of you out there that are making money. Stick around. If you're a new trader and you're tired of losing money, Stick around. Follow me on at Captain's Alpha. So we live trade this market every single day. We look for where the real support and resistance levels are in this market, where the supply side is on both sides of the trade. And I look forward to catching up with all of you guys out there, okay? Happy holidays. I'm stoked. This is a great day. Shoe shiner, baby. Hey, Brad, Jen, Angie, Bobcat, thanks for tuning in today. Chaz, Robert, WS7ZMG. Hope you guys are all having a great day. You guys are all making bank. John, your wife's boyfriend, Blood Stunt, Joe, Binky, Felgen. Who else? Charles 3, Desperado. Who else is out there? Hop into Foreign, Alex, Joe, BOWS7Z, XXS, Uchicha. Have a great day, Uchicha. Hutch, have a great day. Who else is out there? Cook D, Desperado, Hot Rod. All kinds of mad people out here. T-Crowd, have a great day. Quantum Leap, have a great day. Satchel, all you guys. Have a wonderful morning. I hope you guys are making bank this morning. I love it. You guys see your levels for the SPY, where to buy, how long to take it to. Common Vegetables, have a great morning. Dougie D, have a great morning. John Saporito, good to see you, my man. Dan Cornish, Alex, you guys are all rad. I love all you guys. Jarkin, right on. You guys all have a great morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Betty Mac, good to see you, my brother. King 14, Alex, B.O., Vishal, Henry, Froton, Tro Alpine, Slowneck. You guys all have a wonderful morning. Joey, take it easy. Michael, Monkey Boy, good to see you. Hope you guys are all making money out there. We trade this live every single day.